Try something for me, right now. Tilt your head down just a little and keep it there. Now, without lifting your head back up, roll your eyes up and look at the screen from under your brow. Congratulations, you just became the villain. And here's the strange part. You didn't change your face at all. You didn't frown. You didn't bare your teeth. You only changed the angle of your head. So why do you suddenly look dangerous? Filmmakers have known about this trick for a long time, and one director used it so often that it took his name. It's called the Kubrick Stare. Head tilted down, eyes rolled up beneath the brow, often with a small, wrong little smile. Stanley Kubrick pointed his camera at that exact look at the scariest moments in his films. In A Clockwork Orange, it's Alex, grinning up at you while he does something terrible. In The Shining, it's Jack, staring out from under his eyebrows as his mind comes apart. In Full Metal Jacket, it's Private Pyle, alone in the dark with the same haunted, upward glare. Same pose every time, and every time, your gut says the same thing. Something is wrong with this person. But two things about that stare are not what they seem, and we'll come back to both. First, the real question: why does the pose work at all? To answer that, you have to know what your brain is actually hunting for when it decides a face is angry. When someone genuinely gets angry, one muscle above the eyes pulls the eyebrows down and inward into a hard V. The scientists who catalog facial movements even have a name for it: Action Unit 4, the brow lowerer, and it is one of the most reliable danger signals we have. Lowered, V-shaped brows read as a threat almost everywhere on Earth. Now here's the trick your own head just played on everyone watching you. When you tilt your head down, your eyebrows don't actually move, but from the outside, they appear to drop and angle into that very same V. Your face fakes the anger signal without a single muscle doing the work. In 2022, a team led by Zachary Whitcower and Jessica Tracy gave this a name: the Action Unit Imposter Effect. The downward tilt impersonates the anger muscle, so your face sends a threat that your mind never meant to send. And this isn't a Hollywood thing, or even a Western thing. The same researchers tested it with the Mayangna, a community in rural Nicaragua with almost no exposure to our movies or media. Tilt the head down, and they read it as more dominant too, even when all they could see was the eyes and the brow. This is wired deep. It isn't learned from film. Film just found it. But the tilt is only half the stare. The eyes finish it. A truly angry face doesn't just lower the brow, it locks onto its target. The psychologists Reginald Adams and Robert Kleck showed that a direct, straight-at-you gaze actually intensifies the anger we read in a face. So, the Kubrick Stare stacks two signals at once: the faked anger of the lowered brow and the locked eyes of a predator that has chosen you. And then there's the third thing, the part that turns intimidating into genuinely creepy. Look at those faces again. And the mouth is often calm, sometimes even smiling, while the eyes are doing something violent. Your brain reads two emotions that don't belong together, and it cannot make them agree. That mismatch, a calm mouth over hunting eyes, is the exact feeling of something pretending to be fine. So, back to the two strange things about that stare. The first one, the name isn't even Kubrick's. He didn't coin the phrase Kubrick Stare. His cinematographer Douglas Milsom did, on the set of A Clockwork Orange. The second, stranger thing, Kubrick almost certainly didn't know any of the science. He couldn't have. The study explaining why the pose works came out in 2022, more than 50 years after A Clockwork Orange. And by the lead actor's own account, that first famous stare was half an accident. Kubrick played Beethoven loudly, asked Malcolm McDowell to react, and after a few takes, the chin dropped, the eyes rolled up, and there it was. He didn't design a psychology experiment. He found the look by eye and aimed his camera at it until it worked. Even the tidy definition you'll find online, the exact tilt, the precise angle, is mostly us. We took a look he used at a handful of moments and hardened it into a rule he never actually followed, which brings us all the way back to the start, to your own head, tilted down in front of the screen. It worked on you before you knew any of this, before you'd heard a single name or study. You didn't learn to look dangerous. You reached for something your species has carried for a very long time. So maybe the real question was never why Kubrick's stare unsettles us. It's why yours does. The instant you drop your chin from a shortcut to fear that was already waiting inside you. Next time a face lifts the hair on your neck before you know why, remember, part of that is the face, and part of it is you. Thanks for watching Brainstorm, Bob. If this made you think, hit subscribe for more curiosity, ideas, and real answers. See you in the next one.